Hello and welcome, Teco community. This is Counselor Jose. In my podcast today, I'm going to focus on what is meant by units, credits, and hours. This discussion will evolve around those terms because this is something that you probably already heard at the college that you're attending. And depending the college that you are at, you may hear one or two of these terms connected to the class you're enrolled in. Whichever term is used, whether it is units or credits or hours, it all means the same. It means that is the time that you must attend class per week. So let me give you an example. If you are enrolled in an English class that is 3 units, it means that you will attend that class for 3 hours per week. Or you may be enrolled in a math class that is 4 units. Same idea. A 4-unit class, you must attend the class and be present for 4 hours a week. You even may find some classes that are 5 units. Those are usually your science classes like biology, chemistry, maybe some engineering classes. Or you may even find 1-unit classes or half a unit class that are being offered. Sometimes the PE classes, they're 1-unit class. Or introduction to a learning how to do Excel, maybe a half unit. So that's the time you're going to spend per week for that particular class. The bottom line is that these terms represent how much time you're going to be in class for each of those subjects. Another example could be when you hear, hey, you know what, to be considered to be a full-time student, you must be enrolled in 12 units or more. Well, what does that mean? Well, again, at 12 units, when you're enrolled in 12 units or more, it really represents that you will be attending class for 12 hours a week. Now, keep in mind, most classes are scheduled twice a week or 3 times a week. Most of the time, you either are attending class on a Monday and Wednesday, or maybe a Tuesday or Thursday, or you may have a 1 hour a week class, at least going 3 times a week. So it really breaks down to being full time, having 3 to 4 classes per week, and having them at those different designated times that you'll be present in the class. Now let's talk about what it means to be present in the class. For those classes that you attend in person, you must be sitting in your seat for at least 3 hours a week to earn those 3 units. Or in other words, for 3 units equals 3 hours, right? So you have to attend the class. And as I stated earlier, it may be that you attend twice a week for an hour and a half on a Monday and a Wednesday from 10 to 11:30. Okay? Or on a Tuesday, Thursday. Or it may be 2 hours twice a week. It just depends on how you're scheduled for that week. Now the question sometimes comes up, do I have to attend if my class is online? The answer is yes. You still must log on for the units per week. So if it's a 3-unit class, you must log on for 3 units per week. Now the flexibility with online is that you could do it any time during the week. You could do it at midnight. You could do it in the morning. You could do all 3 hours at one time, or take 3 days, 1 hour a day. That's the flexibility that you have with online classes. But instructors do see if you are logging on to class. They can see it's kind of like taking attendance. So it's important that you keep that in mind, that you still must attend the hours or the units. If it's 3 units, then it has to be 3 hours per week. Let me give you a funny example of a student I had, and I would often see him sitting in the quad, and it seemed a little odd to me because it was during the time that he had to be in class. One time he came to me and he said, Jose, my teacher dropped me from my class. He said that I haven't been there, but I've been going. I go, well, have you been attending the days that you're supposed to be in class? He goes, well, I usually just show up during maybe when there's exams or assignments, but then other days I don't show up. Then, well, that's why you were dropped, because you're not showing up. You have to show up to class. If it's a 3-unit class, you have to be there for 3 hours a week. That's why the instructor dropped you. Well, we figured it out. I talked to the instructor and I told him, well, he thought that he could choose to attend whenever he wanted, but didn't understand that you must attend the 3 hours per week. So the instructor was cool about it and told him, yeah, that's fine. Well, then he needs to make sure he shows up and doesn't miss my class, because they're presenting material on those days that you must be accountable for. So that's the definition of units, credits, or hours. Essentially, they mean the same thing. It's the time you spend in the class. I hope this made sense to you, and tune in to some more of our podcasts through TECO. We have a lot of subjects that we cover.